Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever in the world you may be. Welcome to Nomi League Week 4. I'm Wes. Joining me today is Navitas. Navitas, how are you?
Hey, doing good. Ready for do another session of commentary from N League all the way down from South Carolina.
Yeah, and it's finally spooky week. Spooky month. Last week we had some difficulties with the weather here, but we're back on schedule and we have 8 great teams playing. Are you excited for any table in particular today?
I mean they both look like fun tables. It's fun when I see a lot of like players I recognize from going to different tournaments and things. But I think between the two, the second table I think excites me a little more. But I think the first matchup's also going to be fun with like Pio, Eric, and like Fen. I know I'm familiar with is it pronounced Wei?
Away? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them, but the other three players I've all faced at tables before, so should be fun.
Yeah, and it looks like the players are ready to go. Um, Table one, it's Fen being our starting East player, and to his, and it's all in wind order from left to right, so it's easy for you at home to follow along. Our starting Dora is the 8 pin, which Fen already has one in hand, and opening hand otherwise kind of looks a little bit janky, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's not all that great here. We'll have to see. Looks like we have 8 pin door here.
Yep. Views hand looked a lot better from the 2 seconds I got a glance at
Waze
it.
also has some nice pins. Eric has the pair of the East Yakuhai here, as well as now like a 1-2 or 1-1-2-3-3 shape there. So pretty good. Yeah, Duelist Train definitely does look a little bit slower than the rest. PSN does have some nice Dora if it can come together.
Yeah, it has those two 5 pins, one and one red of them. Eric
Ericsson's
finishing
looking
her,
really fast
yeah,
here with that 8-mon draw.
just finishing that shape up right there. And Pio getting closer to including those 8 pins, drawing that 6 pin there, but we'll see how it shakes out.
So now into Ishan 10 for Eric. See if he's interested in calling the East if it does come out.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that question.
I think I would call it just because I don't know. It's close. You can go either way. I think I would prefer to call it, but I think it's close. Well, all these pin draws are going to be great. There's 6 pin picked up there. Oh, now you have another pair, so perfect. Now you can call the East into Tempai even. And you're also close to a Chanta shift if you draw the 9-mon for Eric.
I feel like Eric is the type of player who likes going Chanta if it's close enough, you know? But anyway, uh way drawing that
Another
four
Pinzu draw.
pin.
Way
Wow.
picking up lots of Pinzu here. That hand's starting to progress. Dealer's hand still kind of stuck where it started here. It's a little bit
Yeah.
slow.
Unfortunately, he's probably gonna have to get rid of that red five later on, but that is what it is sometimes, you know?
I believe Wei is Ishanten, maybe still Tushanten. It's hard to tell exactly. Oh, and here's a Tempai. It's actually going to go for Dama. So Dama Tempai for Eric on the Tuso right now. It is Ipeko Ton.
And I believe this puts oh, what does Pio cut here? The force, so okay. I believe you are correct that Wei is Yishan 10 right now. And still not really progressing much with that hand right there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for him.
Oh, another Pinzu draw. It's going to drop the Hatsu here. Good shift. Okay, now I'm gonna shift to a realm and actually gonna go Ricci here now from Eric. Withdraws the 4-so. So improves the weight to 2-5-so and now takes the Ricci. Does lose the Ipeco, but does improve the weight a bit. And it is still Ricci Ton.
Oh, and another 4-pin out from way. And really building up momentum. Eric not getting anywhere though with that. With the potentially Patsu. Unfortunate for him. And Pio's still drawing dead tiles. For his weight at
Weight
least.
draws a 4-mon, so this should be Tempai here. Actually, was they already? I can quite see what that hand was. Was
Yeah,
that Ishanten or was that Tempai?
I barely I had trouble seeing the left side of the hand.
Yeah.
We have a lot of lefties at this table. Pio is a lefty, and Wei
It
is
does
also
make it a
a
little bit
lefty.
harder. So it looks like it's still no. This is just Tempai on 1-4 pin and or is this Tempai? Yeah, one pin 7-pin Tempai. Only has a Yaku on 7-pin right now, unless declares Ricci. So yeah, Wei is in fact Tempai. And now actually declares a Ricci. So 1-pin 7-pin Tempai for Wei.
Then deciding to fold, it looks like, not wanting to fight for the dealership. The two Richis, which is understandable. Pio continually drawing win. Uh, Eric still finding not a lot.
And the other two players just trying to defend here.
Yep. Eric keeps drawing Sozu, but not the right Sozu. So
Drawing right around his weight.
Pio cutting the safe tile from his hand with Eric just cutting that earlier.
Pio holding all of the 1-pin from
From way,
Wei's mate.
and that is three 9-mon in a row from that.
Yeah, you know, it's a safe
Unlucky.
tile.
Yeah.
You're happy enough to keep drawing them. And there is the Tsumo on the 7-pin for the Takame. Richi Tsumo Tanyao.
Tsumo Tanya.
And see,
Or
looks like
one.
Hitnura as well. So Richi Tsumo Tanyao Dora. Gonna
That
be
is Mangan.
yeah. So it's a nice early start there for Wei.
Now on to East 2, Pio's dealership. And can't see the
It's
Dora right off the bat,
yeah,
but
pretty decent dealer hand, I think. It does have like the Hatsu pair to call. Looks like we have the red Aka 5 and already 2 completed sequences. So I think definitely a hand that Wei will be, or excuse me, Pio will be happy with. Looks like we have a door 2-pin this round. Eric again starting with the double east.
sometimes it's just good to
Pretty
be,
fast hand as well.
yeah.
Fan again with a slow hand here. Doesn't look much better than the last one.
And I believe that's a call from Eric? Yeah.
So Eric did go ahead and call those east.
Well, Impio does have the door in hand, the 2-pin. Just doing a natural discard.
Right. It's another possible pair in the 6-mon. Does let Eric now call pawn into Tempai here. And there's going to be the call from Eric. So now is going to be Tempai waiting on the 8-pin. This is going to be Ton door 2.
Wei also has a nice hand, but it's haven't really seen much progress until that.
Wei is going to go ahead and try to call here. And looks like opting to break the Sozu. Currently Ishan 10. Yeah, Wei now actually calling into Tempai. Waiting on the 3-pin. So 3-pin versus 8-pin here.
And if
I'm probably just going to try to defend. We'll see what Pio does. Pio does a 7-pin here. So probably might try to fight these open hands here. It's a pretty good hand as dealer.
Ben and Pio both have 3 pins, so might be Wei winning this race right now.
Pio picks up another 3-mon, and I believe that hand is Ishan 10.
Other 5-0 comes out from Eric. Doesn't need it with the 1 in hand.
Ben considering a cheat, and actually is going to cheat. A bit surprising since the hand is so far away, but I guess wants to try for Tanya here. Gonna try to catch up to these open hands. And yeah, Pio is in fact Ishan 10. Okay, not gonna call the 3-mon. So presumably gonna discard a 9-mon here now for Fen. That does help Pio if but that would deal in with the 3-pin, and yeah, that 3-pin does come out. So it deals into Wei for just Haku door 1. So just gonna be the 2,000 points.
Not bad, but Wei is
Yeah,
off
not too
to a
bad.
blistering
Pio had
start.
a pretty good dealer Ishan 10, so
Yeah.
it's okay dealing in there.
Yeah. Looking at Wei's opening hand, the Dora is now west, but Wei has a bunch of good Pinzu shapes, or almost completed shapes, and a lot of tiles and Sozu, so could end up being something. We'll see.
Eric, for the 3rd straight time, opens with a Yakuhai pair here. Whoa, that's a kind of interesting looking hand from Fen. Maybe not as good as I first thought. It looked kind of fun when you had like the Onko and the pairs, but
Yeah, it's hard to
it's not
find a
bad.
Yaku with that because they're all terminals.
Nice 2-so draw there for Eric. Fills in that Sozu shape quite nicely. Yeah,
Then,
Fansan looks kind of cool, but maybe is not that strong.
yeah,
Just okay, I'd say.
if it
I
had,
mean, you have a completed block already, so you can't complain too much.
yeah, there just isn't as much value as the other hands have or seem to be able to get.
Looks like Wei filled in the Monzu shape there.
It's possible Sanchoku if I saw that correctly. I'm not sure.
It can be tricky with the left-handed players when
Yeah.
they're adjusting their hand. It does block some of it. Yeah, there's definitely a 1-2-3 Sanchoku chance if you draw. Oh, actually, there's the 1-so. Speaking of that Sanchoku.
Okay. Looking very nice for Wei. Might be our first repeat of the night. Dealer repeat. Oh, and there's a completed shape for PO if he drops in. Yep, drops an 8-so.
Well, here we have another 1-2-3 Sanchoku chance in Eric's hand. And there's the first Dora I think we've seen.
Yeah, I believe so. But what does Fen want to drop? Besides the 8-so.
His hand is a bit all over the place. Does have the Haku pair as a calling option, but have to see if it's even interested in playing the hand. And Forso is a nice draw here for Wei. You could discard like a 3-mon, or just gonna looks like go for the 5-pin. Yeah, that's probably a bit of a better choice. And wow, nice 3-pin draw for Eric here.
Unfortunately, he's furry 10 on the one
Oh
on the
yeah,
1 month.
that's a good point here. Have to see how Eric wants to play this. This is Tenpai. You can take Tenpai and 4-mon, but that's so sad. So, oh, actually does take Tenpai and 4-mon. So Dama Tenpai for Eric, no Yaku on the 4-mon. Not willing to go for Furitan. Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. But this does give up the Sanshoku.
Fen really digging deep on this 2-mon. Decides to cut the 7-mon. Yeah, not really getting many upgrades at this point.
Well,
That is
now
a
we're gonna
push
see a
there.
recheat from Eric. So I actually did get the perfect 6-mon draw. So now it's Tenpai on 4-mon, 7-mon. And they're probably gonna just try to defend. You have that 1-mon, which we do know is Genbutsu, of course, to Eric.
Yep. Wei cuts the 3-mon, which is also Genbutsu. Ooh, Fen pairing up the Dora. Very nice.
Alright, Wei draws now the 4-pin. So this hand is Tenpai. Gonna take Dama Tenpai on 5-pin.
Which he is also for 10 on.
Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that either. Wow. Why is everyone pretty 10? What is happening here?
Sadly breaking up the Haku pair, but knows it's safe. So
I've got 5 mon. Yeah, not gonna push that. So just gonna break Tempai for Wei with the 2 mon discard.
Finn could keep this, but it's hard to see what you would cut really in the face of Eric.
Yeah, looks like it's just
Yeah.
gonna be a 2 mon here.
Another Haku out of PO as expected.
And Wei draws a Dora, which hasn't been discarded yet, so that's gonna look very scary. Probably means that it's gonna be difficult for Wei to make it back into Tempai. Another 4 mon drawn by Fen. Let's see. Okay, gonna go for the 7 pin. Maybe
Oh,
that hand could wash you to something. It's
eh,
not easy.
that hand can definitely turn into something considering the West is also Fenn's win, but it's kind of awkward with all the pairs and none of them completed it as triplets.
Well, the 5 pin did just become safe. So you can now safely discard this Akka 5, which we
Yep.
see Fen do. That does fill in nicely into Pew's hand. Pew is Ishan 10. Would have to drop 3, 6, 9 pin or Chun. I don't think 3 so is safe here. Those are the tiles. I guess, yeah, those are the tiles you can drop if you want Ishan 10. 3 so and Chun would be the widest Ishan 10. It looks like the 3 so does come out. That does pass. So Pew fighting for the Ishan 10 there. It's pretty wide Ishan 10. We do have chances, of course, to be 30-10. There's an 8 pin in the discard pile. We can have more 30-10 action.
Always love to see it.
Okay, Pew goes ahead and cuts the 9 pin. And there is the Tsumo for Eric. Richi Tsumo. And no Ura. So Richi Tsumo only for the 2 Han 30 Fu. Yeah, so just a small win there.
Yeah, small win, but good defense from everyone all around. So you look at Eric's opening hand, and
It's like a lot of different honors there.
yeah,
Actually, what is this? 8 unique start. not not usually the best thing you're looking for with a dealer hand. See if Eric wants to. No, just gonna cut an honor. Sometimes if there's like a Ryam in complete shape, so not gonna consider Kokoshi as a possible route. Fen's hand looked a lot better there. I think I saw 2 Onkos.
yeah, I believe so. And we have the 6 Mondora, I believe. Uh, oh, there's another pair for Eric.
Yeah, maybe you can consider Cheetoy. It is something you can tend to do with these slower hands. And wow, another nice 4-so draw here for Fen. Could maybe even become a Honitsu here.
Is he gonna pick up for Pio with the red 5 Mon? Are you just discarding the West Wind? And another pair for Eric.
Yeah, here we go. Found maybe the route this hand can win. That was a 5-so discard from Eric. Is that right?
I
So
believe
did Fen
so.
have the chance to call there? Decided not to.
I believe
Gonna keep the
so.
hand closed. See where it goes.
Oh no, it was a West from Eric.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, paired up the 5-so. Maybe that's why my brain thought that a 5-so I believe was drawn, not discarded. Either way. See, now Finn has to kind of make a choice here. He's going to keep cutting honors. So maybe just going to try for a normal hand. Does now have two Kanchans that don't necessarily work with Honitsu or Chinitsu.
Pyok is cutting the 7 mon, which could potentially hold the Dora with the 5 mon he already has, but thinks otherwise.
Oh, and there's the backfire tune for Fen. If only believed in the Honitsu a little bit more, maybe could have gotten there. But either way, just an unfortunate backfire. Can't quite see what was drawn. Looks like a 3-mon. And Eric now does fill a Kanchan. He's going to cut that tune, which has already been twice cut. Eric has had some pretty decent draws.
Pyok
Three is a
completing
nice,
a 1-2-3 so shape.
yeah, nice penchant fill right there. And now we do have a call here. Gonna chi the 4-mon way. Who's gonna try to go for an open Tanya. Hatsu paired up for Eric. Does give that hand a chance to call Yakuhai. It's also, I believe, is it either 4 or 5 pairs for Chitoi?
I believe it's 5 pairs. Yeah.
Oh, 8 so drawn. So now Ishan 10 for Wei for that Tanya Dora 1. And yeah, looks like this is 5 pairs. But also keeping the 1, 2, 3 so to maybe consider switching to a normal hand as well. All right, here's a call. Actually, yeah, Eriko just goes ahead and palms. So actually palms out of Chitoi Ishan 10 into Hatsu Autozuke. Maybe Eric just not a believer in Chitoi, it appears. Prefers Hatsu Autozuke over Chitoi Ishan 10.
Yeah,
I
I
suppose can
think.
also consider going Toy Toy as well, which is another possible route.
Yeah, I think he wants more value from his hand than just the Chitoi.
Well, there's the Tempai for 5, 8-mon for away. Tanya did make it into Tempai. And here's an 8-mon drawn by Fen. Dodge this with a 1-mon discard, but nope, the 8-mon does come out, so Fen is going to deal into Wei here. And this is just going to be Tanya Door 1. So another just 2,000 point hand. And we're already on to South 1.
Yeah, this is a brisk East.
Yeah,
Very
still
brisk.
a lot of small hands here. No one's started to really open up much of a gap. Wei definitely is in the lead here. But still only 37,000 points. Definitely could be caught here. All the players still pretty close to each other. And looks like back to Fen's dealership here. And we do have the 2-pin Dora. And now we do have the South pair, which is now Yakuhai for Fen.
And that 3-4 pin able to use the Dora, so not looking too bad. Still has a little bit of a ways to go though.
I did see Saw had that 5-6-7 so complete with the Anka 5 so, which has been nice. Wei's hand seemed to have some pretty good blocks, and Eric with another, looks like 2 pairs and an Anko here. Wei has some pretty decent shapes to try to go for another Tanya. If you want to see the Wei consider opening up again. Eric does also, I didn't quite catch, has the other South, so Eric and Fen both with a pair of Souths, Mochi Mochi on that tile.
Unfortunate for Fen. I believe Eric though is Ishan 10 after that discard.
All right, well, Eric does get a nice hanchan fill there with the 4-mon.
Oh, after that, discard is the His hand not really making much progress, but that's okay.
Oh, 7-pin is a nice pickup for Wei. That'll advance that hand nicely. Of course, I feel like I should mention that, of course, Eric does have the Onko of Dora, which took me embarrassingly long to realize. So definitely is a scary hand if it can't complete.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very scary. Hopefully, for him, someone drop. Well, he picks up a West Wind, make things a little bit easier on himself.
Yeah, it is Ishan sent that. And there is a chance that if Eric does get the Champon Ricci, that if Fen decides to try to defend, is a chance that South comes out. If there's no better options of safety, sometimes you can just could see Fen breaking the pair to try to defend, and in this case would deal in.
Speaking of pairs, Pio just paired up his red dragon.
Alka 5-mon picked up for Eric. Gives a hand even more Dora now.
And with Wei discarding that West Wind, Eric, if Eric gets into the Shanpan Wade, he is hell waiting on a West. So,
Right. Of course.
unbeknownst to him.
Yeah, unbeknownst to him, yeah. Because to him, it would look like a great way with, like, you're pretty happy to take the Champon way. We're hoping to find one of the South. No one's hands really moving anywhere here.
Pio pairing up that Tuso was forward a little bit nicely for him.
I have a couple players Ishan 10, but no one can manage to get the Tempai here.
Now, Fen has a choice to go for a Chitoy.
Yeah, you can discard Forso here if you want, or like Forso or 3-pin. Probably would you choose Forso between those. Goes for 3-pin.
I guess he
It's hard to
doesn't.
say which one has been more discarded more. But,
Yeah, I guess he doesn't want to deal into something like close to the Dora later on, so discards it earlier.
yeah,
Doesn't
it
have to
depends on how
be.
much you want to hedge like a normal hand and how much you just want to commit to Chitoy. Oh, Tempai now. Tempai for Fen. Could have the choice between 7-so and 8-so. It is just Chitoy only at the moment, no Dora. See what Fen opts to do here. Looks like he's gonna, for now, Dama on the 7-so, perhaps looking for a better weight, and then decide to maybe Ricci later on that.
There goes the last West.
Now, but we have finally Tempai reached by Wei, who does draw the 7-mon, so Tempai on 4-pin for Wei. Oh, and there's the 8-so drawn by Fen.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
no.
chose the wrong Tonki. Well, let's see how Fen now reacts to Wei's Ricci.
I think you just reach in response.
And
Yeah.
that is exactly what we see. Open Ricci from Fen. This is a rule in N League. You can declare open Ricci, so he reveals the hand, and this is worth an extra Han now. So this is going to be open Richi Chitoi, which is at least 4 Han. You see Pio holding one of those 7 so. I don't see any in. It looks like Eric's holding another one, so I believe there's one 7 so left. We do see a call from Pio.
Oh, and
Who
Pio, go ahead.
is that 10 pin 7 pin? I couldn't quite see.
I
It's
couldn't.
tricky with the lefty.
Yeah, but Wei is now seeing that Fen has 2 4-pins, and I believe Pio. Yeah, Pio has a
Yeah,
third.
Pio is tempo. Actually, wait, is that complete? I still can't. No, it's. I
No,
don't
it's
think that
not.
is tempo. I think it's missing a pair. All right, Eric gonna go ahead and try to make it to tempai as well here. And wash you around a little bit. Pio now a 4-2 so. A con is available. See what Pio wants to do with these 4-2 so. They are Suji to the first Richi. And then, of course, you can see Fen with the open Richi. So you can fairly safely just discard 2 so if you prefer that. And yeah, that is what Pio is going to go ahead and do. Oh, 3-pin. This is now Tempai for Pio. Would have to discard one of 4-pin or 8-pin. The 4-pin would deal in, and 4-pin is Nakasuji. So this might be trouble for Pio here. The 4-pin Suji is a tempting discard here to make.
It's so tempting because you see 3 of them, 1 in your hand and 2
Yeah,
in
you have Dora
Fen's
3
hand.
yeah, sorry, you only have Dora 1. Yeah, but there is the 4-pin. Does in fact deal into the Suji trap here from Wei. And this is going to be Richi Dora 1. Didn't quite get to see what that Uro was.
I believe it was 9-pin. So
Uh,
just reaching
so
door 1.
Richi Dora 1. How many points were exchanged there? Should be 2,600. I only saw 2 blue sticks. But there was
Maybe
40
they
fu. It
miscount.
should be 2 Han 40 fu. Hopefully the players exchanged the right amounts there. I only saw two blue sticks changed hands.
Either way, on to South 2, and Pilo already has 2 completed shapes in those Pidzu. So it's a good start to the dealership for him.
We can see if we can see Wei's. Okay, Wei did get the correct number of points. It does match up at least with our overlay. Just must have seen some points exchange hands off screen.
Oh, unfortunately for Pio, we have a 3-pin Dora, which is already in hand and completed in a completed shape. So
Eric draws into another Yoko high pair here. Has had one. It feels like every round of this game.
yeah, how does he do it? We'll never know.
Wei also has one of those Chun, which looks like it's gonna come out and see if Eric. Yep, Eric is immediately gonna call that. No Dora, but just gonna try to win a quick hand here.
Just a 5-mon for Fen, just discarding Haku.
Pio finds another pair in the 1-so. I guess I should say, I think that maybe it was his only pair even. Nice Conchon fill from Fen. Does now have 2 completed 7-8-9 sequences and has 7-8 mon, so there's a chance that could end up with a Sanchoku as well.
Here's a second pair for Pio if he wants it.
Yeah, I think that hand is now Ishan 10 with that second pair drawn.
I believe so, yeah.
Eric improves the Monzu shape there with the 6 mon draw. Fen also picking up a nice 2 mon here. Probably thinking about how much wants to go for this Sanchoku. I think like 7 pin looks like an alright discard, unless you want to consider making that your pair. Or you can just discard 8 mon. I think those are your best choices. One of either 8 mon or 7 pin. It looks like it's going to be the 7 pin.
Another
Pio
door.
picks up
Pio.
another door. Yeah, very nice here. Actually going to go for the 6 pin. I kind of liked the 3, 4, 5, 6 pin shape in hand. I might have dropped the 7 so first. ISO picked up for Fen. Just going to go ahead and throw that back. Okay, looks like Pio is just happy with that possible. All the blocks in the hand, just happy with them. So now he's just going to hold on to his safe tile. Eric going to make a second call here. Still Ishan 10. Oh, and here's Tenpai reached by Pio. And we are going to see a Ricci on 5-8 mon with Ricci Door 2. So this could definitely give Pio some needed points here. And see how Eric reacts here. I already called twice and not Tenpai. It's can be a bit tricky to face down a Ricci. Fen picks up another 3 mon, which does give this hand Ishan 10. You could try to discard a 2 mon, but no, just gonna defend. Looks like gonna cut the safe 7, so.
Oh, unfortunate for Pio.
Yeah, one turn too late to incorporate that red Dora there. But Pio does at least already have 2 other Dora, so I'm not gonna miss it too much. A tricky spot for Wei here. Does is currently in first place here. Might just be looking for a way to defend here. Gonna cut the 4 mon. Can't quite remember how safe that is against the Ricci.
Here's Tenpai for Eric.
I think
But
4 mon was a push. Oh no, sorry, 4 mon's gonna be to the Ricci. Never mind. Eric did did find Tenpai with that open hand there. The 6 ago. See what Wei wants to do now.
starting the 5 pin.
Oh, Dora drawn by Eric. And yeah, now we're gonna have to break Tenpai with the 7 so. Dora does not look that safe against 3G at all. Even though it is Suji, it's still a bit risky to push the Dora into a Ricci. And also the 3-pin Suji is kind of like the weakest Suji. The 3 and 7 Suji is weaker than any of the other Suji.
Yeah. And also Eric knows that Pio likes having tricky weights sometimes, so you never know.
Yep.
Suji's not always that safe into Pio.
And dealing in on Dora could definitely be
Definitely
really
hurt a lot.
devastating.
Two pin for Wade, just electing to discard a 1-so.
Oh, well, Eric now can discard the 5-so and now does have Tempai on the 1-4 pin. So it did draw around that Dora. Fen is Ishan 10, if can maybe try to make it into Tempai by the end of this round here.
Wait, still discarding safe tiles. Not looking for much else. 6-so dropped by Eric.
Yeah, considering a call here for Fen would just be a call to try to beat Tempai at the end of the round. I guess this hand is still 2 Shanten, not Ishanten. No, it is Ishanten, sorry. Yeah, I'm having trouble reading the tiles.
But likes to break it, plays the safe tile.
Eric's still drawing safe enough tiles here to be able to keep this Tempai. Did have to break the Ishanten and then immediately drew the 9-so. So it does give this hand Ishanten again. I'd have to push one of 2-5-8 mon. Yeah, none of those look too safe, so just gonna cut
Yeah.
6 mon.
There's the 2-mon out of PO, but a lot is really coming out.
You know, just players can't quite complete these hands. Well, now you can discard the 2-mon. Might be a little bit too late for Fen though. There was another 1 pin drawn by players not going to deal it out. One less wait for Eric. And looks like that is the final discard, so it is just going to be Pio and Eric in Senpai. So we will finally have our first repeat.
And speaking of repeats, remember, people at home, that there is Big Hamba on. So...
Yes, our first chance to get to see it in action.
Repeats are scarier for everyone.
For sure, those 1,500 points can... They can... One Homba, like one Homba is already pretty decent boost to a hand, but if you can get like 2 or 3 Homba, it can get to silly amounts. Now, looks like we are going to have 2 Pindora this round.
The pins are really like being Ardora.
Doesn't look like a great hand here from Pio. I'm seeing a lot of different terminals and honors.
Oh, he's doing a Kokushi count.
Yeah, it's always bad when you have to pull him off to the side of the hand, and it's like, oh, great. I'm not even that close to Kokushi. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a mess. Wade's hand, it is looking a little bit nicer. Eric, wait, what's this? Doesn't have a Yaku high pair? Gonna have to try something different, maybe Tanyo?
No, I think he's like 3 Shanten also. So, oh. Is Pio just going for it?
I mean, might try, we'll see. The hand's pretty bad. Like sometimes you just go for Kokushi. You can also try like Chitori and Shanta and like all those things.
Mhm.
Kind of do it all at once.
Zadora pick up from Fen, completing the 1-2-3 pin shape.
Yeah, the rest of the hand's not looking that great, but it is a nice draw.
Very nice Akadora for Eric. Nice pickup there. Oh,
Well, we do see a completed 4-5-6 sequence, and so looks like Pew is just going to try for a normal hand.
another
And Fen,
8-pin for Fen.
yeah, does give that hand an Onko here. Looks like it's going to start with the Tune discard. Another Dora picked up by Pio. And still pretty far. Two Mon draws nice for Eric, completing that Monzu shape. I think that hand is Ishan 10 even.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Well, another 7-Mon draw for Pios. Very slowly, but it is making progress, you know. If we have another like round that goes all the way to exhaustive draw, maybe Pio can make it to Tempai before then. And yeah, looks like Eric is in fact Ishan 10 here with a Tanyao and Door 2. I'd like to keep the 2-Mon, no, but just gonna throw it back for Eric. Really valuing, I guess, 9-Mon is safe tile. I think the 2-Mon has some good draws. Like particularly 3-Mon giving you Ipeko would be real nice.
Another 4-pin for PO.
Yeah, the nice thing about having a hand that bad is like just about any draw is gonna improve it. Two-pin draw doesn't do a whole lot, but it might be better than like a 1-so. The 1-2-2-3-5 shape is like kind of a bad way to find a pair. Like you can draw 4-pin and then make 2-pin your pair. So I think it's a little bit stronger than the 1-so.
Yeah.
Yep, does go ahead and discard the 1-so.
But
Well, there we go. Another
keep
draw from
drawing
Pio.
4-pin.
Every turn, it gets a little bit closer.
It's a good pickup for away, completing that 3-4-5 so shape.
Definitely.
Then picking up a 7, but not the 7 he wants.
Yeah, I already had thrown the 8-Mon earlier, so a bit awkward with the 7 if you draw like 6-Mon, you're 30-10. Okay, see if Eric keeps 7, so that I think you have to keep. It's just a very useful tile. No, Eric disagrees. Eric is very happy with this just 3-so 6-pin Kanchans. I think for me, it's like the 3-so Kanchan in particular, I'd be looking to try to improve. Just because at least the other Kanchan had the Aka 5 in it. But I think like I think it's the 2-4 so Kanchan. Like I'd like to keep the 7-so because like say you drew like a 2-so or something, then all of a sudden you can use the 6-7-so as a Ryamen. But Eric valuing keeping the safer tile. Meanwhile, we do have a 6-pin picked up, which I think Finn is trying to figure out if this hand can get E2, and it is barely possible. You can discard like a 2-pin here, I think is my preferred discard. Yeah, there's going to be the 2-pin cut. Well, now Pio actually going to go ahead and open this hand. From Kokoshi to Tanyo, we've made the full circle. Just discarding one terminal in honor at a time.
Not a lot of players can say they've done that.
Okay, well, Eric does finally make a change to the hand. Actually, yeah, really valuing this 9 mount safe tile. So cutting the 7 pin actually does lose the 6 pin Tempai draw.
I think Fenn's really having a think about this one. Probably Formon though. Nope. Decides to keep it. Nine so from Fen.
All right, let's see. Yeah, Pio is going to go ahead and drop the north. I was wondering if Pio like would ever consider keeping the north pair and just already start thinking about being just K10 like Tempai at the end of the round.
Yeah.
But is still thinks it's early enough that he can go ahead and try to drop the north pair because does need to drop that north pair if you want to win the hand.
And I believe that is Tempai for Eric.
Yeah,
On
Eric
the
did finally find
Riso.
Tempai on that 3-so Kanchan. So 6 pin, now this hand is Kutsuki Ishanten, just where it's missing its final block. So I think 9 pin is the best discard here. It gives you the widest Ishanten. And that's what Fen goes ahead and does in discards. So now looking to draw something around that 5 pin or 4 more. All right, Eric has the chance to shift the weight here and is going to go ahead and do that. So now shifts to 4-so, 6-so instead.
Seeing the 3-so already cut by Pio. Believe that's the wider weight. But with Wei having all those 6-os in hand.
And that actually does do. Sorry, I didn't quite notice that Wei made it into Tempai. I missed that last round. And so actually, that's just going to be an expensive deal in with the. Oh, sorry, no, this doesn't have Dora. I thought this hand had Dora. This is just the Tanyao Nomi.
Yep.
But it is as with the Honba. Yeah, so I didn't quite notice that Dama from Wei.
So 25 over to Wei. And
I believe it was 40 fu, right? Because Wei was close hand Dama.
Right.
So it should be 1300 plus the one Honba for
So
the
28.
28, and then I think we have a Ricci last hand? I don't even remember. It doesn't matter. I think the scoring will tell us for us. It'll keep track. Yeah, there was a stick. There was a Ricci stick. You can see on the top of the screen.
Looking at Wei's hand, looks really good. Believe it's 2-way from Tempai.
Oh, sorry. Wei's hand was open. I got a bit confused at the end of that last round. Being told. I think I missed when Wei opened. Okay. So maybe I might have given the wrong. Yeah, I gave the wrong score. So hopefully we can get the update on the overlay, because that should have just been. You were right originally with the just the one Han 30 fu. I missed the call.
No worries. But Fen drawing a 4th 8-pin here.
Yeah, gonna keep that basically as like a Ryunkan shape there with the 8-pin Anko and then the 4-6 8-pin shape.
Wei having a think about and discarding the 1 pin there.
Now pairs up the Haku. Probably gonna drop the 1-3 mon. that's what I would tend to want to do here.
Yeah.
It's like the weakest block to me. You basically just have like the there's what we're gonna see at the 3-mon first.
Yeah, the 8s can work double duty, as you mentioned before, as in a run shape or as a con shape.
Like a 3-mon picked up for Wei, that fits nicely into that extending Monzu shape. Wei looking to have a really strong hand here.
Another red 5 for PO.
I wonder if Wei could even maybe consider Honitsu with that hand. Have to see. Then, yeah, it's going to keep the Forso here. You can actually end up dropping the White Dragon pair and shift to Tanya with that hand as well if you draw on the Forso. Yeah, Wei definitely looking to try to go for a Honitsu with that hand. Here's the... Okay, yeah, it's just going to drop the Forso. You could have got Haku Haku, but you weaken the Sozu shape by quite a bit, so I think I like the choice of just keeping it around.
He's hand looking really scary.
Okay, now the 7-pin does fill in that Pinzu shape. This hand is now Ishan 10. I'm going to go ahead and drop the 4-pin. Call a Haku into Tempai.
Now that hug is probably going to come out from Eric's hand at some
Yeah, it's
point.
been holding it for a while here. We'll see how long he intends to hold it. Naimon, you can drop the 7-so here, I like. You lose like Sanonko chances. Or 3 concealed triplets. But you do improve your Ishan 10 a little bit. We'll see how much Fen values the chance at the Sanonko. Looks like he does value it. So it discards the Naimon. Keeping that 7-so pair around. If you draw like another 7-so, it's really nice.
Theo picking up this 4-so. Thinking about whether to keep it in with the 5-so or discarding one of the pairs he has, probably. Because with the 6-mon.
Yeah, just locking that 5-6-mon shape. Could have been called. Oh wow, 2-mon draw. Wait, this. Oh, Richi's this 147 Menholm Tempai for Wei, with 1-mon actually being Itsu. What an incredible draw of that 2-mon there. Wait, the 9-pin's super safe. Yeah, just gonna go ahead and throw that. You do have the all 4 of the 8-pin in your own hand. Very scary hand here for Wei. Oh no, 1-mon comes out! Oh, this is gonna be a disaster. Richi Ipatsu Itsu Menhon. Oh, here we are counting off the fingers. So this is, I believe, 7-han. And Ura? That's I think that's Baimon, right? Richi Ipatsu, Itsu, Menhon, Ura is Baimon. That's gonna be 24,000 points.
Oh no.
Oh no. What a complete disaster. Dealer Baimon. Uh oh wait, yeah, Wei was Wei not
Was
dealer?
it? Wei was dealer, yeah. We'll get that updated shortly.
Okay.
Anyway, looking at Wei's opening hand
Yeah, I
for
don't know if
his
it's gonna be able to match
repeat.
that last one, but we'll see what he can do. Oh no, that was that was not the time to drop the 1-mon. It's unfortunate there. All right,
No.
let's see what we got this around here. Well, nice first draw here from Fen. Can Pio make a recovery? Does have a pretty nice hand.
Leave Ben's hand is pretty good too. Hard to see with the hand in the way a little bit.
Another pair picked up for Eric, who is took a round off with a couple rounds off with the Yakuhai pair, but now is back with the Chun pair.
And a third 2-mon drawn for Wei.
Okay, Tuso is a nice fill there for Eric. Okay, Fan has to make a choice here, which block to sort of break here. You can choose sort of between the 6-8 so, or you could choose to break up the 9-7 mon. See what Fen goes for here. I think I'd prefer just to break up the 9-7 mon.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I want to keep like all the pins too because like 5-pin draw, for example, is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't really want to break the Sozu at all with like I think the Kanchan pair is a stronger shape than just the Kanchan on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Fen agrees. Just gonna go ahead and discard the 9 mon here. Wei's hand is looking pretty nice here. I think, was that even Ishanten already?
I believe so, yeah. But Eric is hot on his heels with being 2 Shantan, so we shall see.
Another South pair picked up for Wei.
Well, I think to discard the 7-mon and keeping the South pair over over staying Shantan.
I think this is still Ishanten. I can't, maybe it's 2 Shanten.
I think it's 2 Shantan. I think he has an extra block now, if I was reading that correctly. Yeah, he has the extra block, but picks up the 1-mon.
Yeah, I see. This is 2 Shanten. Maybe it was always 2 Shanten. We might have gotten ahead of ourselves a few Shanten. Oh, 6 mon. So Fen does draw into Ishanten. That definitely is. That one's a lot easier to read. It's a lot easier with the righties. You can see the hand a bit clearer.
You having a little think and decides to drop the 1-pin there.
3-pin is the draw. And just gonna Katagiri the 3-pin that was already in hand.
Whale. Also, I don't know if anyone noticed that. Maybe Eric noticed it, but Wei cut and discarded into the same spot without closing his hand.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, Fen. Okay, so Fen gonna drop the 1-mon. I'm not sure why the 1-mon over the 9 so. But perhaps figuring never wants to drop the 5 so Dora, so doesn't really care about the losing the 8 so draw. Wei also picks up the 5 so and just immediately drops the 8 so. Looking to try to use that Dora. Eric It gets the Onko of the North.
And I believe that puts a Mishon down. Yep.
We do have a call here. Gonna cheat the 7-pin. Is Tempai on the 6, so I don't believe that hand has a Yaku, though. Was there a
No,
Sanchoku that I missed?
maybe?
I don't think so. Maybe he's eventually trying to go for a Tanya. All right, well, we have a call from Eric here, who does call into Tempai, and is going to be Tempai on the 5-pin Chun, but only has a Yaku on the Chun. Yeah, no Sanshoku, so maybe this is either a call for just like a very early K10, or Fen is going to look to drop 9-so, 9-so, and try to shift into a Tanya. Gonna just go and throw the 8-pin first, though. Pio also gonna start calling here. I didn't quite see what that call was. But the table definitely starting to open up here.
And this favors probably Eric the most, if everyone's starting to open up.
I think the Chun are still in the wall. I don't think we've seen one yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Eric would have called one by now.
Oh, there is the Chun. So Wei does draw and does deal in here. And this is going to be enough Fu. So this is going to be 40 Fu, just one Han 40 Fu. But there is also the one Honba. So it should be 2,800 for Eric. With Wei being the one to deal in there.
And we're already at South 4.
Yeah, here we go. Wei definitely with the commanding first place here. Everyone pretty far apart from each other. We might just see some. I mean, like Eric is still the one who technically could, of course, come back with his, deal of repeats. And that has a really strong first hand here. Of course, has and two Yakuhai pair. Wow, this has got to be like a 6-mon, right? You got to turn this into Honitsu, I think. Well, we'll see. It is also. It is 2 Shanten, I think. But that hand looks really strong for Eric. Dora is the south. Pio also has a Yakuhai pair as well as one of the south.
Eric drawing the 6-mon he discarded the last turn.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be too
Unfortunate
sad
for
about
him.
missing that 6-mon though. I think if I was Eric, I'd just be looking to drop all the Monzu. Well, Eric, yeah, does call the Hatsu, and let's see what the drop is going to be here. Is it going to be the 3-mon? Yeah, there to go. Just going straight for the Honitsu from Eric. This is so strong as dealer here. With if you can call both the Yakuhai, like that with the Honitsu, is just an easy way to get a manga on there. Pio also with a nice 5-so draw though. Aka red 5.
Way completing that 7, 8, 9 pin shape and discarding the west wind.
Oh, a Haku picked up. How many Hakus do we see? Oh, we see a Haku paired up by, was it Pio? Yeah. So Daisangen, I don't think has any chance. Fen gets the nice door pair here. The rest of the hand's pretty weak. But the door pair is nice, at least. Yeah, Pio was the one with that Haku pair, so we're not going to see a Daisangen.
And I believe Wei has one of the Hakus. Yeah.
Yeah, Wei also had a Haku, so. Wei does get an 8-mon to fill in the Kanchan. And there's the Haku. Is no call from Pio. Pio lets it pass.
The red 5 comes out from Eric.
I'm thinking about calling this and just going for an early Autozuke for the South Yakuhai. And yep, that is what we're going to see. So relying on the Yaku from that south here. I suppose there's a tiny chance of 456 Sanshoku. I think really it's just the south.
Interesting. Pio electing to keep that 2-pin over the over other tile.
How much Pio is considering a Cheeto as well from that position. Does have the one Dora. We did already see past the Haku call. Fortunately, Eric's drawn nothing but Monzu. Hasn't been able to progress this Sozu hand. Oh, here we go. There's a draw for Eric. With another East picked up. Gonna go ahead and discard the 3, so that hand is now Ish on 10. Hoping to try to find one of those East or Chun. Wonder if Fen is worried about discarding this Tuso into Eric. Seems to be some hesitation here. Yeah, just goes ahead and discards it though. And it is safe.
And 4-pin out from Pio.
Yeah, I think Pio is at least hedging a Cheeto. I think the hand could become normal as well.
But Wei is
1-pin
Tempai right
draw is
now.
Tempai, yeah. And discards the 5-on. So Tonki Tempai on the 7th, so I believe no Yaku. Here comes the Dora, so this is going to get immediately called by Fen. And now Fen does find that Yaku, so Fen Tempai on 6-pin, 9-pin for Yaku Hydora 4. Feel kind of sad to see that pawned, and I said isn't going to be able to find one of those. See what Wei does here with this Tempai. Discards the 7, so wait, does Wei have Junchan? Anyways, regardless, Eric calls into Tempai on the, I believe, sorry, Faye's Tempai, I believe, on 6-mon, 9-mon. And then Eric is Tempai on 5, so 8, so I think.
I believe so, yeah. You're definitely right
yeah,
with
this is
Wei.
Junchan on 9-mon. And, oh wait, is Pinzu complete? Wait, yeah, right, you have 1 pin, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, Tempai for at least Pinfu and Junchan on 9-mon. We see a pawn from Fen. Oh, 30-10. Fen was 30-10 on 6-pin, 9-pin. I did not catch that. So now swaps to 7-pin. Wow, we have a lot of action happening here. So Fen now on 7-pin weight. Or is it 8-pin? Try to keep up with everyone's hand is constantly changing here. Wei can decide if it wants to change weight. And we do. So Wei also changing weight now to 9 so for the just Junchan only. Yeah, it was 8-pin for Fei. For Wei, excuse me. Now swaps to 2-pin. Our overlay is having to work overtime here. Everyone is constantly switching weights.
And Pio still has this dangerous Chun in hand. Likes to discard this 3-pin. Which means it's clear for Wei to discard a 3-pin.
Now swap to 5-8-mon weight with a 2-pin discard, and that's what we see. So another weight swap for Fei, now 5-8-mon.
I feel bad for our overlay.
Pio does draw the 8-mon. See what Pio discards here. Uh-oh.
Oh,
And
no.
there it is, the deal-in from Pio. So South Dora 4 from Fen. And that does, yeah, an unfortunate another deal in there to end the game from Pio.
But yeah, that was our table 1. Looking at all the hands, I believe there weren't that many big hands besides Wei's Baimon and last win from Fan onto Pio.
Yeah, there were a lot of like small hands for a while there, but then ended the game. Definitely had some explosive rounds. That last round was a challenge to keep up with. There was a lot of action. It was kind of fun to watch. But yeah, Wei definitely a big winner from that table. Pia with the probably gonna be thinking about that one mon discard for a bit now. As a painful discard for Pio.
But that is it for our first table.
Oh
Well,
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, it was a Hanuman. Yeah, I'm reading
oh,
chat here.
was
We missed.
Hanemon.
I forgot with all the action in that round. I forgot that was in fact double south. So that was even more painful for Pio there at the end. Just yeah, was the full 12,000 point hand. Anyways, yeah, that'll do it for our first table. I think we're gonna take a short break before we come back with our second table. Yeah, any closing thoughts?
I'm looking forward to the second table. We will see you guys after the short break.
All right, welcome back for the second game of tonight. We'll get our overlay updated here just momentarily. But
Yeah, we're at our second table now. You want to go over the standings or players really quick?
that sounds great, except I can't remember off the top of my head all 4 players.
The 4 players are Claire, Melissa, Dave, and Melvin.
Ah, impressive. I can't quite remember. You're more prepared than I am. I rely on our overlay here, which I'm sure will be updated
Julian,
here
sorry.
any moment. Looks like we are going to have Dave as our first dealer here.
Yeah, Dave is playing for the Opie-Dopes, and the Opie-Dopes are in a solid 4th right now.
That sounds so sad. I'm so used to like you said they're in 4th, and like I immediately am just too much a ladder. It's like, oh no, they're in 4th. But of course, in an overall standings, it's
the
just
the ladder
necessarily a
had
bad
run.
spot to be. Yeah. You don't often hear nice and 4th when you're talking about Mahjong.
Yeah. Luckily for luckily there are 8 teams, so 4th is right in the middle and is our cutoff for our final table. But we do have the Destroyers who are in 1st, the Dura and Neko who are in 2nd, the Opie-Dopes who we mentioned, and the Peregrine Falcons who are in 5th.
Yeah,
So
a lot of the top teams here at this table. Should be an exciting match.
yeah, and all decently within good reach of each other. No one is too far behind, but looks like our players are ready, and
Yeah, let's look
they're
what
gonna start
Dave has
hands.
got here.
I just saw that Julian had 3 Easts. It's just flashed in front of me. It's the
Let's
first thing
take
I
a look
noticed.
here. We're just going to be starting with that south discard. Claire looks like has got 3 pairs. And yeah, there's that east triplet you were talking about. And now it picks up a nice Akka 5 to go with it as well. We'll see how much, if that hand's going to consider opening. Melissa gets a nice 3-mon draw filling that penchant.
He also has 3 pairs, I believe.
It's a small Sanchoku chance for Dave to get the right draws. Another pair picked up for Claire. And yeah, here comes the call on the 7 mon. Just gonna go ahead and open up for at least that east door one. I'm thinking about the 7 mon. It's a bit awkward that you already dropped the 9 mon, but 7 mon is still a more useful tile generally than the I believe it was the 1 so, the terminal that got cut. Yeah, we should mention the Dora shot this round, and actually see Melissa go ahead and discarding it right here. Dave gets another nice draw there. I think the hand is now 2 Shanten. And another pair for Claire, who is now Chito E Shanten. Drew three pairs in quick succession.
Mostly getting rid of that 4-so. Slightly interesting, but kind of makes sense. Want to have like the 7-so as your sort of shape.
Picks up an Aka 5 so and is going to hold that. Try to add some door to the hand. Oh, another Aka 5 picked up from Melissa. That gives her hand 4 pairs as well. But with the completed 1, 2, 3, probably would favor normal hand a little bit more. Yeah, and just goes and throws the 7 so. Dave gets a Penish on Phil to make this hand Ishan 10. Does it go ahead and cut the 5 mon? I think the door has already come out twice. Let's see how long Julian wants to hold on to it.
It is his win, so maybe values that a little bit more.
It's also
At
like
least
not a bad save tile at this point. I think it's come out twice. It's at least come out once for Melissa. But I might be mistaken. Maybe it's only come out once. Looks like that is the only time it did get discarded.
it's the 1 pin for Melissa.
Does change the Ishan 10, doesn't necessarily improve it. You just kind of switch what you're waiting for. Gonna go ahead and throw the 5 pin. Claire just shifting around which tiles she think will be best for that chi toy there. Julian does find a 5 so. Slowly advance that hand. Also a 3 so draw, considering if this hand can fit Sanshoku, but you kind of have to drop some sort of acceptance if you want to keep the 3 so. So it might be a little too slow. We'll see what Melissa thinks. Yeah, Melissa actually just goes and cuts the 7 so. Perhaps worried about the open hand. Could have been a defensive discard.
It's a third 6 pin for Claire, but
Yeah, not
declines.
interested. All right, well, now we see the call, and this will be now actually still not Tenpai, funnily enough. Still missing a pair there. We're stuck in the Chitoi Ishan 10. Oh, and here we go. Now we have our first Tenpai. With the 2 pin being paired up, we do now have Tenpai on the 3 so and the 6 so. Melissa does have a loose 6 so in the hand, which might come out later depending on what gets drawn.
I'm also pairing up the Forsos.
This could be dangerous. Let's see how careful Melissa wants to play around this open hand. It did already discard Dora, so it doesn't necessarily look that scary. We'll see. Okay, yep, nice. That does go ahead and discard the 9 so it does dodge this deal in here. Nicely played. Claire still can't find a pair here. And the east is going to be pretty dangerous because Melissa doesn't see any of those on the table. Does cut another 9 so. He's done a nice job making some defensive cuts there and avoiding the deal in. Finally! Oh, sorry, this is not. I thought this was Claire. I got excited when I saw a pair up. Dave is not the one looking for more pairs.
Dave does have a decision to make and decides to cut the 1 pin.
Yeah, I got tricked. We were one tile short. I thought Melissa or Claire might have finally found her pair, but no, still G2 Shanten. So draws another door. That one's already been discarded.
Dave discarding the 1 mon there.
Is Ishanten. I can try
He
to find
is
Tenpai.
Ishanten, but he will be Furitan.
Yeah, but at this point it is late in the. It is pretty late in the round, so I'd be happy just, I think, holding a dealer Tenpai.
Julian's still not finding any useful Sozu. This is Tenpai for Dave if he wants to take it.
Yep, and actually gonna go ahead and Ricci the Furitan 3-6 pin. Wait, I don't even know how many tiles are left on the wall, but doesn't seem to bother Dave. Takes the Furitan 3-6 pin. It is a dealer Ricci.
And I believe most players in the league would want to back off from a dealer Ricci.
Yep. Do not get the Ipatsu symbol.
Unfortunate. Melissa's starting to rack up deal in tiles, but does not matter.
And there it is, and now one can be like, you Ricci'd that, huh? Okay. Sure, yeah, Tenpai, here you go. You take your points. Your Furitan is exposed to all. I mean, if you do sumo, it is like a lot of points there. You know, you get like if you get like Ricci Ipatsu sumo, then
Did
you look like a
Julian?
genius.
Okay, Julian has a pair of East again.
See what Dave has here. Let's have a lot of. I think I saw 1-2-3 mon, also 1-3 pin.
Yeah.
Serving a lot of Monzu over there. It's got, I think, 6 tiles to a Monzu E2 as well. Yeah, there's that east pair you saw, as well as we do also have a west door yet again. Wow, Melissa's hand has a lot of Monzu here. See where that hand goes.
Ooh, a red
5
5.
draws welcome here. Make a pretty quick hand. Another Monzu draw from Melissa. Are we going to see 2 4-pin come out? I'm just going to start with the south.
Oh.
It's going to keep the hanchan around for now. Doesn't mean you can't cut it later. Claire's hand is advancing with the 2 so there. Julian finds another 4-pin and is just gonna go ahead and discard the 7-pin. Yeah, now Melissa has a Ryamen here in the Pinzu, so might see her just keep that and try to go for a quicker hand. Claire does move into Ishan 10, although that 9-pin does lose Tanyo.
Also, we mentioned it last hanchan, but there is Big Hamba for those who are maybe new to the league and did not watch the last hanchan. So, just be aware, viewers at home.
Definitely can incentivize us trying to win quicker here. Another 6-pin draw is nice there. Still looking for that east. There's one in Melissa's hand. Gonna start with the tune though. That was discarded by Dave already, and Claire before that. Dave fills in a penchant there. Five-mon draw for Julian. See how long Julian wants to hold this Dora for. Like I said, the first opportunity. Yeah, here it comes. Here comes the Dora. Let's go ahead and get discarded. Here comes the East, and I imagine this is going to get called. No, actually, passes the East. That was the final East. So no longer has a chance to call for Yakuhai here from Julian. Is instead going to try to keep a closed hand. I don't know. I think I would have called that East. What about you?
Yeah, I definitely would have called it East, but I do like playing a little bit more aggressively than most people. Dave
Dave finds
slowly
another
improving.
7-mon. Claire does have quite a wide Ishan 10 there. Another 9-mon for Dave. That is the only pair in the hand at the moment. We'll see. Let's see if Dave wants to discard Dora here. Nope, I'm gonna just try to hold the door, add some value to the hand. Instead, gonna break up the Kanchan. That does go back a Shanten. I believe the hand was Ishanten. Claire draws a 4-so, and this is Tempai, only on 5-so. But I wonder if the Homba and the Richi stick is going to be enough to tempt Claire into a Richi here. Definitely see her thinking about it. Just gonna throw the 4-so back. Gonna break Tempai. Gonna continue to hold that Aka 5-mon and try to draw Tempai around that instead.
Which, unbeknownst to her, a lot of the other players at the table have Manzu in hand around the 5 months, so might be a little bit difficult.
Oh, well, how about an Aka 5-so, which would have been Ipad Sumo? Well, now, this is Tempai on 1-4-7-so. It is free 10. I don't think you can reject this Tempai, especially since you have Itsu chance on 1-so. Let's see what Claire wants to do. I think, yeah, Aka 5 comes out, and it is a Richi. So we have another free 10 Richi here. I like this one a lot more in the first. Open! Wow, just shows it to the table! Open free 10 Richi from Claire. Oh, here we go. It's like, if I can't roll it anyways, why not just
Yeah.
show the table?
I like it.
Yeah, so let's see how this goes here. No one has to be scared here. You can just freely push anything. You can even discard 7-so if you want, doesn't matter. We'll see what Dave wants to do here. Dave does find another pair. This is back to Ishan 10. Let's see. Last time Dave didn't want to cut the Dora. We'll see about this time. Now is willing to cut the Dora.
Yeah. Also cutting that 1-mon.
Another seven so drawn by Dave.
which is
Just one. This is
Tenpai.
Tenpai, yeah. Let's see what Dave wants to do. Can we chase? Well, you could also. There's a
I
couple
think you
options.
chase.
Yeah, here we go. Chase and closed. Not an open chase.
Oh
But,
yeah, that is a good question. Do you open into the
yeah, that is
open?
always the question. It looks like I think he kept it closed. 2-5 pin weight. So draws a 3-pin. Yeah, did keep the hand closed.
And Julian has just decided to not want to have to do anything with both Rishis. There's another 8 for Melissa.
Yeah, still is, I guess, Ishan 10. See if the hand can make it to Tenpai. Discards the safe 4 mon.
It is getting kind of late.
So picked up for Julian.
Oh,
So close. Wrong Sozu.
Claire does have a Haite though. So maybe?
Let's see it. Nope, not gonna happen. So just cleared Dave Tenpai, and wow, this pot is getting big here. We have 3 Richi sticks and 2 Homba. So a total of, I believe that is 7,000 points in the middle. Or 6,000 points, excuse me.
Yes, 6,000.
Yeah, so you can win a 7,000 point Tanya Nomi here, which is the fun of Big Homba.
And
We'll see what Dave has on this dealership here.
the Dora indicator it looks like to be a red 5, so
Yeah,
Dora's
so
6 mon.
yeah, I don't think
Unfortunate.
Dave has any here.
Claire has shapes that could work it in.
Yeah. This looks like a pretty decent hand for Julian.
And potential Sanshoku for Julian?
Yeah,
Maybe in the
even maybe
future?
has the chance to open as well. Like, I'm definitely looking for any possible way to open if I'm playing with 6,000 points up for grabs in the middle.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing a couple of players who could maybe open for Tanyao. See what Julian wants to do with this 9-so. Right now, that's the only pair. So I think like the most efficient discard is 8-so, but the other option would be to break up one of the shapes, like one of the 7-9 pin or the 8-9 mon. But yeah, just gonna go for the 8-so. Gonna keep all 6 blocks in the hand. Melissa finds a pair of Chun, so it could be an option to try to go for the Chun Yakuhai.
Yeah. I like Jin plus the red 5. Seems to be good.
Here comes the Chun, chance to call for Melissa. And it is
Immediately.
immediately called right here. Yeah, definitely just going to try to go as fast as possible here, grab these points in the middle. Goes ahead and discards the 2-pin.
Another 4.
Now Julian again has to decide whether to break a block or stay 6 blocks. And this time now is going to drop the 9-7 pin.
Yeah, I
There
like
was also the
breaking up
chance to
block.
go for Sanshoku, but it would have been kind of awkward.
Yeah, if you discarded the 8, or the was it an 8 earlier, the 8 so earlier, then I don't think you're gonna go
You would have had to
on
basically lose
Shoku.
a Ryamen if you want to go for Sanshoku there. It was possible. I don't know if it was necessarily worth it though. Oh, nice draw for Melissa here with the 6 mon.
I believe
Giving
it
that
was
hand a
30
bit of
shot
ground
then.
in with door as well. Dave trying to figure out what to do here. You're gonna go ahead and drop that 1-2 so hanchan and see if the hand can go for a Tanya. Possibly open up. Julian not gonna keep the 7-pin around, gonna keep the 9-mon. Alright, Claire gets a nice hanchan fill there. Oh, an 8-pin drawn. This is gonna be Tempai. Or sorry, no, Ishanten, excuse me. Ishanten for Julian. But it's a perfect Ishanten, I believe. With a pair and then another Ryomen pair.
And
Claire finds a 9-mon. Claire's had 2 good draws in a row now to make that hand Ishanten.
yep. Unfortunate. Most of discarding the one mon,
9-so draw
two
for
mon.
Dave is pretty nice. Claire also has a Sanshoku, which could
Oh, and that is
be nice here. Oh,
Tempai.
here we go. Now found tempo. Another 4-mon draw. Gonna be Ricci on 1 4-pin weight. It is just a Ricci Nomi, but that is gonna be just fine. And Melissa also calling here. And this should be Tempai as well. Just deciding which to discard here between 5-so and 9-so. Can either choose to wait on the 8-so or the 6-so. You also have to consider which looks safer to the Ricci. So not an easy choice for sure. Looking like, yeah, gonna go for the 5-so. This does have the upside of making 8-so a little more likely to come out. Because it is Suji to the 5-so that you do discard. We'll see what Claire wants to do from this. I guess the hand is still 2 Shanten. No, it is Ishanten.
Ishanten, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a
You can either
awkward
discard. You can
position.
discard any. You could discard any of like. Yeah, no, okay. Now it discards 9-mons. Go back. Back a Shanten.
Oh, and this would deal into Claire. Not
Um,
Claire, Julian.
yeah, I think we put the tempai up on the wrong player. Yeah, 1-pin. It does come out here. So that will deal into Julian's Ricci. It is just a Ricci Nomi, but there was the 2 Homba sticks as well, so that is going to be Melissa dealing into Julian, and it was just a 1 Han 40 Fu. But plenty of value in the middle to grab here, and Julian's going to be happy with that. Yeah, 9,300 points gained by Julian there. It does jump into first here. And now finally over to Claire's dealership.
Looking at Claire's opening hand, that are 2 pairs and a completed 1-2-3 pin shape. So Claire is off to a very good start. Ladora is 1-so, or 2-so. But our indicator is 1-so.
See Julian discarding the 6-mon, maybe considering like some sort of Chanta hand. Did have a lot of random terminals in the hand. Dave had the door 2-so and drew a 3-so to go along with it. Well, Julian does get a 7-mon. See what he wants to do here. It still has a lot of clunky. Yeah, definitely forcing a Chanta here with the 6-pin discard as well.
Oh, and Dave
Gets a
completes the shape, the 6-7-8 pin.
yeah, 7-pin's a nice draw here.
Claire getting yet another pair. The players do
It's
seem
your
to like her today.
yeah, we did see her try to go for Chitoy. Well, not enough to actually get Senpai, as we saw earlier, but did get to Ishan's hand very quickly and then stalled. Well, now draws into an Onko, and a Claire, I believe, is now Ishan 10. We'll see if an Aka 5 slows down Julian from this. Well, it's funny, like Julian is discarded 4-pin, 6-pin, and yeah, now it's just gonna be Aka 5-pin. Very committed to this Chanta Kokoshi something. They're gonna break away from that. Penchon gives up on the Sanchoku. Well, Julian finds a 7-so. Discards now the 3-mon. And still probably gonna need quite a few lucky draws there to complete.
Yeah, it's still pretty clunky, as you mentioned. Ooh, red 5. Shiny.
Yeah,
Seems
can
to like
keep
to keep
that
it.
full 2-3-4 shape. It's a little awkward of 2-so Dora because usually if like 2-3-4 so shape, you keep Aka 5 and then you're happy to draw 4-so. But now it's like if you draw 4-so, you kind of lose the Dora 2-so. So it's a little awkward. You can always draw like 6-so or something though and
Yeah.
use it that way. Well, Julian does draw another useful tile. It is like possible for Rita in here with the 6-pin in the discards. But they're just getting some useful draws for the Chanta Sanchoku.
Also pairing up her 5-sos.
Hey, there's the 6-so to go for that with that Aka 5-so Dora. Summoned into the hand. Runs in that 5-pin, but I don't think that's really going to do anything for the hand.
Yeah, she already discarded the first one. And
Yeah.
one of them, and there's another one out from the table from Julian, so. Another
Here's
pair
a
for Melissa.
Yeah, this is 4 pairs. We'll see if she wants to keep them all. If you do want to keep all the pairs, it's kind of awkward. I might try Tanya with like 9-pin, but no, like looks like Melissa is going to keep all 4 pairs and consider Chitoy with an 8. So you can still go Tanya even after discarding 8, so for sure. And this does give you the option to go Chitoy. Well, Claire can shift what pairs she's on. Yeah, and it's going to swap the 8-so for the 6-so. And this does get called by Julian here. It's going to open up for that Chanta Sanshoku. Melissa draws a 4-pin. Now probably not going to go Chitoy. I'd be tempted to discard a 9-pin here. And then you can consider trying to go for a Tanya. See what Melissa decides. If you don't discard 9-pin,
The
I suppose
5-so
if you want to keep
maybe?
4, I'd be tempted, maybe 7-so. Oh, actually just throws the 4-pin back. Maybe a commit to a Chitoy from that hand rather than anything else.
Oh, 4-pin found its way back into.
It's back.
Oh.
Wait, what happened?
Oh,
Oh, we
it was the wrong
I think
wall,
we
wrong
skipped
wall.
back in time or something. What happened?
No, I think she accidentally drew from the wrong wall.
Oh, okay.
Someone corrected. Maybe, or we went back. I don't know. It's one or the other.
We just caught like a quick glimpse of a. Oh, Khan here from Claire. Hold on, here we go. All right, looks. I can't quite make out what that new door 8-mon. And the Rinchan draw is useless here. 8-mon does give an extra door, at least to the Chanta hand. 3-pin picked up. So Ishan 10 for Julian. Dave draws into an Onko of 9-so. is Ishan 10.
All our players have been quite close, but not getting there quite yet. Melissa electing to keep that east in hand as a safe tile. Seems like.
They're thinking about keeping this 1-so. Could swap basically like the 7-so draw for a 2-so draw, but that would mean you'd end up having to. Oh, the door is the 2-so, not the 3-so. So yeah, it might make sense to. Just how dangerous do you think 8-so is? I think is what she's thinking about into the Chanta hand. But just does decide to discard the 8-so.
This is
Oh, this is Tenpai now.
Tenpai.
30-10 Tenpai on 6-9 pin.
A lot of furry 10 Tenpais today.
Yeah, that's just true. It's her third 30-10 Tenpai already. That is pretty funny. Well, Claire could discard the 1-so if she thinks it's safe to the Chanta. Instead, just gonna opt for the 5 pin. Orso does give Melissa Chitoi Ishan 10. Discards the 3 pin. Tenpai drawn for Claire and Ricci on 2-5-so. Got the perfect Dora draw there to give Ryamen weight and adds the Dora to the hand. Really nice, perfect draw there for Claire.
And that is
And
Tenpai for
yeah,
Melissa.
Tenpai for Melissa as well. Could, if she's willing to discard the 5-mon, I don't think she would ever consider dropping Dora. It's just, can you drop the Akka 5-mon to wait on the door here?
Both look really bad. Or at least feel really bad.
Yeah, Melissa is not willing to push the Akka 5-mon, which is understandable looking given the discards from Claire. It is not Suji on either end. Can deal into the 2-5-mon or the 5-8-mon. Julian gonna break this 30-10 Tenpai, which is I think makes sense.
Yet another pair for Dave.
Yeah, Dave, I don't think has a safe way. Oh no, actually, I believe that was Nakasuji 6-mon. Yeah, it was. So it did have a safe way to keep the Ishan 10. We did also have the 4-mon con, so there was a Kabe formed there.
Was having a think about this 7 pin. Because with the 9-mon. Or 9 pin, it's already safe.
So here is Tenpai. It is one of the weights is the 4-mon, which has been conned. You'd have to push 6-so, which I think is double Musuji, but looks like Dave is at least considering it. And then maybe Oh, he can. Okay, in the end, decides to cut the 6-mon. Not willing to push the 6-so. It looks like he was reaching for a Ricci stick there for a second, and then maybe he remembered about the 4-mon con. I don't know. At least decided against going for the Ricci, and it was a good thing he did as well. So, in the end, it is just going to be Claire Tenpai here.
And another Hamba stick goes onto the table.
Yeah, here we go again. Where our first game was super fast, this one is not looking like it. We're still in East 2 here. Claire's hand not looking that great here. got a lot of kind of clunky shapes. Do have Dora 1 so. Julian has one of those Dora. The shapes are a little better than Claire's, I think. Melissa with the Haku pair, and 2 Akka Dora as well as the regular Dora. So Dora 3 with the Haku. I think Melissa's definitely got the strongest hand so far. Well, let's see what Dave has. Dave also has a Yako High pair. Here comes the Hatsu. Was that Dave's Yako High? I can't remember what Dave's Yako High
I
was
believe
now.
Dave had a Chun pair.
Oh, okay. Well, here comes the Haku for Melissa, and Melissa will definitely take that. Trying to open up with the Dora 3. Yeah, you were right, it was the Chun pair. It gets a nice hanchan fill there with the 2-pin. Claire also getting a nice draw here with the 2-mon. Gonna opt to drop the 4-pin. Keep the 3-so around for possible Dora draws. Julian finds another pair.
That
This
is
hand
4
could maybe...
pairs for Julian.
It is 4 pairs for Chitoy. It also has got some okay shapes for Tanyo. It's a bit awkward, like, you kind of have like the 9-mon and the possible like 1-pin draws. Yeah, 9-mon discard looks like Julian's definitely thinking about a Tanyo, keeping that 1-so door around. See how long Melissa wants to hold this Akka 5-mon? It is the 3rd door in the hand, so it'd be really nice to incorporate. Yeah, it is going to hold it, hoping to draw around that. Door 3 is a lot nicer than door 2. Julian draws another useful tile here. See if now Julian wants to discard the Dora. No, actually discards the 3-mon instead. So Melissa now draws into the Anko of the 8-pin. So could discard 5-mon for the widest Ishan 10. And yeah, that is what we see. So now headless Anko Ishan 10. Oh, 7-pin draw is pretty interesting because you could keep that and keep like the 7-8-8-8 shape to try to find a pair of like the Ryankan shape and discard 6-8 so here. I think that's what I might be tempted to do here as Melissa. Otherwise, you could throw back the 7-pin and you have a slightly wider Ishan 10, but maybe a worse final weight. Looks like Melissa does opt to discard the 7-pin. Well, Julian finds a 1-pin, so probably not going to be a Tanyo here. It does end up dropping the 1-so door.
It does give an Ipek a chance.
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely still a nice draw for sure.
It's another 4-mon for Claire.
Yeah, gives that hand an Anko. Might be Ishan 10 even. Julian definitely Ishan 10. Melissa finds a 4-so. That's it. Is better than the 8-so, I'd say, because you can at least wait the Nobiton 1 4-so. So I think I'd like an 8-so discard here, and then if, say, you get a Chi on 3 6-pin, then you can discard the 6-so and wait 1 4-so.
Yeah, I like the 1 4-so
I'm not
wait.
sure exactly. I know at least one 1-so's come out. I don't remember how many. I think that's just the one door we've seen so far. Discarded.
I don't remember any others coming out.
Oh, here comes
Oh,
Claire.
yeah.
Now we see another door discarded by Claire. This one draw by Julian doesn't really do much here yet. Just gonna discard it back. Here's Tenpai from Melissa. Would have to drop another Dora. Unfortunately, it would go down. I mean, the hand goes down to one Dora, but it is Tenpai, and there is 2,500 points in the middle. So we'll see if Melissa is going to take this Tenpai. It's a bit unfortunate starting with 3 Dora in hand and only being able to use one of them, but yep. Does go ahead and drop that Aka 5 pin, taking Tenpai on 5 so.
Player's still not finding Tenpai. It's long journey.
Claire and Julian both at Ishan 10 here. Dave's hand still pretty far away.
It's an option to change up potential weights.
Another 8 so drawn by Julian. So now could discard a Mons. No, just gonna throw 8 so right back. If you discard like one of the Monzu tiles, you have a little bit of a wider Ishan 10 because he could have gone into Headless Onko. Chi from Dave, who's going to try to make this hand get to Tenpai. Discards the 7 so, that is safe. Julian has the, well, the 8-mon would be, the 6-9 mon would be pretty 10, so just discards the 8-mon right back.
There's
Alright, well,
Tenpai
Claire finds
there.
Tenpai, yeah. Gonna be a Richi with the 5 pin, so waiting on the 8 pin here. Just Richi Nomi.
It is the name of the club after all, so.
Yeah. But Richi Nomi plus some decent amount of sticks in the middle as well. See what Julian wants to do here. Also drawing the tune here.
If he discards that, I think Dave becomes Tenpai.
David had the chance to call it. Actually, Claire or Melissa is looking like gonna break Tenpai here, discarding the 1 so, which was safe to the Richi. But this is gonna get cheap by Dave, who does call into Tenpai. Actually, well, let's see what Dave wants to do. Yeah, actually gonna drop 1 2 pin, so not gonna take the Yakulis Tenpai.
Julian also deciding to bow out at this point.
Oh no, the 8 pin! 8 pin does come out. The Suji trap works against Melissa. So Richi and no Ura. Oh, Ura 2, excuse me. Ura 2, Richi Ura 2 from Claire. So that's going to be 3 Han, 40 Fu. So 7,700 plus another 1,500. 8,800, and then the Richi sticks. Pretty big win there for Claire, yeah. Maybe I got it wrong. It looks like a... It's like we had a different number shop. I probably just did the big homebook calculation wrong. Yeah, I think I counted the homebook wrong. Anyways, Claire gets a big win.
Looking at her opening hand, it looked pretty good from the second I got grasp at it. Julian has a bunch of pairs. The pairs are really liking this table yet again. Dave completing that 7-8-9 so shape. Yeah, Claire's hand looks pretty decent. And our Dora is the 3 so, which Melissa has 1 of a hand, and a pair
Also
of
finds a,
aces.
yeah, chance to call here. Actually already Ishan 10, I think. I think I had the chance to call East into Tenpai here.
Melissa not calling the east. There is still one more somewhere.
You're gonna maybe
Oh.
try for a Ricci instead. Doesn't want to call for the early tempi.
Oh, and Claire finds a way to incorporate Dora into her hand with that Orso.
Bit surprised that we didn't see the East call, because I would have been East Dora too. Maybe Melissa trying to save up for a bigger hand to try to make a comeback. This
Yeah.
might give Claire enough time to complete this hand though, getting some nice draws.
Yeah, Claire's seeming to shift towards Tanya, and Julian has found a fourth pair? Fifth pair. 1, 2.
Oh, another Dora here from Melissa. Now we'll definitely call another East if it comes out. I'm deciding between Forso and 8mon. I think here... Oh, or East.
Okay,
So
potential
now doesn't
Tanya.
have... Well,
You
we
cut
still
the
need to
9.
shift into that.
Yeah.
I guess you have Pinfu chance, but I'm not too worried about Pinfu chance. I definitely would have kept the East, because if the final East gets drawn and discarded, you could pawn into 3-Han or a 4-Han Tempai. So a bit surprised we saw the East dropped here. We'll see how it works out.
So not
Oh,
go the 1 mon for Julian.
that is nice. Discards the 4-pin as well. I might have held that. I guess happy with the Ishan 10 Melissa currently has. Dave trying to figure out what to do with this hand. Start with the 2-mon discard. Another 4-pin. This one is going to get called by Dave this time. Actually, cheese with the... it's going for a 4-5-6 Sanshoku. Okay. Alright, Julian finds another Tuso here. And now Julian has to decide between greeting for some sort of Sananko, Suanko, or just making the 1-so discard. See, well, Julian is going to go for some sort of greedy play here. Keeping the pairs, you have Sananko chance now. Could add some value to the hand.
And Claire is getting ever closer to Tanya.
This does also let Julian pawn the Hatsu if you just want to take Hatsu Tenpai. There's at least one Hatsu out that was discarded earlier by Dave. I think there's still one Hatsu remaining in the wall though. Another 1-pin drawn. This gives you is there enough 1-pins for Sanshoku Doko?
Maybe.
We have a pawn on the 5-pin here, looked by Claire. I think was making a call for Tanya. Melissa's still stuck at this Ishan 10.
Is Dave Tempai on the 5 mon?
I think Dave was Tenpai on the 5-mon, yes, for the Sanshoku. It's going by. Oh, another. Okay, Suanko Ishan 10. Julian actually considering cutting 4-mon here, but no, he's just gonna drop the 1-pin.
Yeah, I guess seeing it out from Dave and then out from Melissa gets rewarded.
Well, this way you can also just draw into the Ryomen and still have a nice like Riichi with a chance at Sanonko Tsumo. Like if you draw two or five mon, you can just take the Tenpai. Oh, there's the Tsumo from Dave though on the 5 mon. Gets the Sanshoku only, I believe.
Yep.
So,
So
yep, just
Sanshoku
one
plus
Han 30
Zomba.
Fu.
And don't worry, viewers at home, we are getting the overlay updated, but it's having a
There,
little bit of trouble right now.
yeah, there was 2 Hanba, right? So
Yeah, two Hamba.
still should be 4,100 points in the end of it.
Yes.
It's as we're each. Well, anyways, here we go to the next round here. Still waiting for that last hand to get plugged in, but nice hand here from Julian. It's got the Akka 5 pin. Looks like the door is 1-so here. Has the pair of Chun as well as the oh sorry, not a pair of Chun, just with a single Chun.
Pair of
I'm gonna
West, a pair of
start with the
5-so and pair of 6 pins.
yeah. Oh, and Dave actually immediately calling the Chun, who's gonna go for Chun with a trying to find a door 3-so as well. Claire with another 3-pair high pie here.
Also, I got an update on
Julian.
the overlay. It froze, so it might take a while before
Oh, okay.
we get it back for you all at home.
And we'll try to get that fixed when we have the chance.
Meanwhile, the door is back to the 1-so yet again. I'm also thinking about Sanchoku, maybe?
I think also considering like a Chanta or even maybe Kokushi, the hand's pretty bad. Has a lot of random terminals and honors. We'll also just find a 6-so Kanshan fill, see if that makes her just start to discard some of these honors. I'm gonna start with the 9 mon.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Dave finds a 1 pin. Not terribly useful, but does give you slightly um, wider Pinzu shape there, 1 through 4. Julian draws into an Onko here. Pretty nice. Give it the hands to Shanten. Melissa gets another Kanshan fill. And this Sanshoku might be able to happen here. Sanshoku door 1.
Ooh, Melissa finds a pair of North. Very good.
Yeah, that hand
Inching
could mean
even
a pair.
closer.
Well, here's
That
going to be
is
Tenpai for Dave on the 8 pin.
they're just getting rid of the 8-so pair.
Oh, here we go. Ishan 10 now for Julian. Gets a really nice Kanshan fill. I like dropping 1 of 5 or 6 pin here. Gives you perfect Ishan 10. Julian's thinking about it though. I don't really know. Oh, actually, cuts the 7 so? This is like a fair bit worse of an Ishanten because you have like overlapping acceptance. You're trying to look for like the same Ryomen twice. You do have a small chance at Ipeko, but it's usually not worth it because the Ishanten's so much narrower.
So I'm getting word that unfortunately Julian is our overlay person, and seeing as season game, I don't think we will get this updated
Ah, okay.
for quite a while. So, oh, Julian drawing that 6-0 kind of
Yeah,
thing.
this is why you take the wider Ishanten. Like, this is why you drop 5 or 6 pin last turn. Then you would have been Tenpai right there. And unfortunately, like, is punished for what I feel like is a fairly big mistake. Finds another 1-mon. But just gonna go ahead and discard right back.
So one pin coming and going from Claire's hand.
So Chi now from Melissa, who is now Tenpai on the 2-pin for Sanshoku Door 1. But there's the 8-pin Sumo, and Dave just wins a small hand here. Just going to be the 1 Han here, Chun only. And the game's going to continue here. We are now going to have Melissa as dealer. East 4. And see what she's got.
Already has 2 completed shapes, which very nice.
Looks like a pretty decent high pie. I'm going to start with just dropping the north.
And the door is 9-mon, I believe.
Yep. Dave draws into an Onko on the first turn. Oh, Claire's got a pretty looking hand here. Draws the 7-mon to form another Ryomen. I think 2 Shanten.
Meanwhile, Julian draws a pair of door.
Dave getting a nice draws. A couple quick hands here. Dave with a Tanyo chance as well. Tanyo door 2. Can drop the east here.
Oh,
Alright,
Julian
Haku picked
bring
up
up
for
a hanchan.
Julian.
Julian could potentially have Toy Toy Door too.
Looks like we had a 5-mon picked up. Player discards the Haku, and that is called by Julian, who's now Ishan 10. Dave gets a 6-0, so this hand is now Kutsuki Ishan 10. And yeah, discards the 2-pin for the widest Ishan 10 here.
Claire
Player
having
deciding whether to hold 7-mon or the west. Decides not to keep the 7-mon. You're hoping to keep that Ryomen for door acceptance. Julian with another pair, so yeah, that Toy Toy you were talking about is looking a lot more real here. If you discard the 8-pin. There's a definite Toy Toy chance. There's also 9-mon discard as well. If you want to go for Honitsu instead of the Toy Toy. But did go for the 8-pin and trying for, looks like the Toy Toy route.
Yeah, with the Dora being 9-mon, probably not
Oh,
coming.
sorry, I forgot the door's not the 3-so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking at the frozen overlay. Yeah, of course, not going to drop the door. I was so confused why you kept saying door 2, and I didn't see the door.
It's okay, it's okay. It's technical difficulties. No worries. Ooh, there's a red 5 for Claire.
Yeah, now this hand has Itsu chance as well. Now drops the West. Door
Oh,
picked up for Claire here, filling that Ryamen in. And so now it's to decide, probably going to be 4-pin here, and then you keep the Itsu chance.
I like discarding the 6-0 here. So it gives you a little bit more disguise for the E2.
That is true. And that is what Claire went for, is the 6-0. You do lose a little bit of acceptance from your Ishan 10, but like you said, maybe you could hide the E2 a bit. Oh, whoa, is the overlay updating? We're getting back into action here?
I
Looks
I
like maybe the
believe
server's
so.
recovering. Meanwhile, we do see Dave calling the 2-mon for Tempai here on 3-5-6-mon for, I believe, just Tanyo Nomi.
Might take a bit for scores to update though, because
Yeah, we've been out of action for a little bit.
it fully committing to this E2.
And that is called with the 4-pin pawn. So now Tempai on 9-pin 9-mon for Toy Toy Yakuhai Door 2, at least.
I believe so.
The chance at Door 3 Hanemon if the 9-mon ever were to come out. But instead, it's going to be dealing into Dave here for just the Tanyo Nomi. And does shut down the scary hand at the table with the Toy Toy Dora hand. So nicely done by Dave there. Did just win the 1 Han. But now on to his dealership here.
Yeah, as the kids say, Tanya can end it all. So
Yeah, nicely done there. And now let's see what Dave can do in South 1.
the hand doesn't look particularly strong.
No,
But
yeah, it looks like we have Forza Dora this round. Claire's hand looks pretty nice. Does have that Dora containing Ryamen. Julian has a lot of random honors there. Does have the Ryankon of the Aka 5, so. Melissa with her Yakuhai North pair. See if she wants to call that.
he does have a chance at a half flush. And considering the North is her win, she might push for that. Oh,
There's
and with
another
the
Monzu if you do want to think about that. You could drop like a 9-so here and then keep all your honors. Or even just commit with the 2-so. So definitely a play for Honitsu there. Claire finds a Haku pair. He's going to go ahead and drop the 2-mon. Claire also with a small Honitsu chance, although would have to drop that door Ryomen, so I think a little bit less likely. Dave picks up a 4-pin. And I'm going to drop the Sozu Penchon.
Julian's still drawing all these honors and terminals.
Melissa I missed it, but Melissa did have the chance to call the pay and passed it. So we've seen a lot of skipped Yakuhai calls. It seems this table's a little bit hesitant to call at least the first one of those. On that second Onko now drawn for Julian. And Melissa draws another Mon tile. See what she wants to do. Oh, this is actually just a play for Kokoshi. Kokoshi or Chanta, one of those two, but looking more like a Kokoshi. So that explains why Melissa didn't want to pawn her Seatwind.
I did not expect to see Melissa be the one to play for Kokoshi today.
And perhaps trying to dig out of this fourth place with a big hand here.
Does Claire Ishanten?
I didn't get a good enough look at the C round, but Julian does draw the 3-pin and is 2 Shanten himself, I believe. Wait, I guess we had a call. I didn't quite see what happened. We're jumping all around. I got a little lost.
I think Claire called the Haku, which makes this Kokoshi push a little bit harder. Yeah, Claire called the Haku.
Okay, that makes sense. And now Claire calls into Tenpai here on the 5-8 Mon for Hakudora 1. Julian into Ishan 10.
Is it Senpai? Yeah, it's
Sorry, Tenpai. Yeah, sorry, excuse me, Tenpai on the 7-so. I think that was Richidora 1. They're drawing the 3-pin, which doesn't look safe to the Richi, but it's hard to fold a Rim and Tenpai, and so it just goes ahead and pushes it. It does pass.
fortunately for Claire, 3 of the 5s are in Julian's hand. So
They're drawing a 6-mon. Could discard the safe 7-mon and does do that. So Claire now switches weight to the 6-mon 7-pin, which is a little bit worse of a weight, but did mean she got to discard a safe tile.
you just continually discarding safe tiles. Oh. And that is the deal in
That
tile.
is the deal in tile. Can Claire fold this? I'm not sure she can. I have a feeling she's probably going to push this. I'm not even sure. Oh, you can see her actually considering a 3-pin. And yeah, she does actually break Tenpai, so nice dodge from Claire. I thought that might have been a push there, but does break Tenpai. It's going to be tricky to defend for. Well, we'll see. Like it's I think that was our only safe tile. So we'll see what Claire does from here on. But nonetheless, nice dodge. Well, if you can just hope to draw out safe tiles.
It's so hard to defend from her position, but she's doing her best. There's an East. Okay.
I think next to be discarded. Oh,
There's a
Khan,
con.
here we go. Oh, and accidentally shows some tiles, but it almost missed the Khan and then caught himself. So we have 5-mon Khan here. Oh, and Claire's excited. What's gonna be the draw
It's a drum
here? What
roll.
was the new door? I didn't quite see. Did you?
I think it was a. I can't remember. I was too focused on the discard.
Uh,
We'll see when we get to
is
Claire.
that a north indicator? The east door?
Um, kind of looks like it.
Yeah, it's east new door here. Which doesn't help Julian.
Also, the wall isn't really helping Julian with what suit he's waiting on, because he hasn't really drawn and discarded that many Sozu. So, as I say, there's one. And I believe this is gonna go to exhaust.
It is looking that way.
And 4 more draws here. Or 3 more, sorry.
Oh, Sumo here! So Richi, Sumo, Dora. And no Ura. So Richi, Sumo, Dora with 50 Fu for Julian.
Wait, is Dora 4
Wait, what did I miss?
or Dora 3? Yeah, the
Oh,
the
Forso
threes in
Dora. I missed the Forso
the Dora.
Dora. Yeah, Dora 4. Richi, Sumo, Dora 4. Honeymoon. Sorry. I I keep making the mistake where I look at the Dora on the display and thinking it's the Dora indicator. I made this mistake last time I commentated as well. But I'd say Dora 4 is a lot nicer than Dora 1. So Hanimon for Julian.
Which puts him firmly in the lead. Looking at Claire's opening hand, seems kind of slow, but not too slow. Ooh, Julian
This
with a
hand
pair
looks
of
pretty
south.
nice. Does have the double south pair. And can look to call for a pretty quick hand. Dora's 7 mon here. Melissa has some nice shapes. Also has the Haku if she wants to call.
I think out of the group, Dave's hand looks the worst, just at a glance. Hopefully he'll be able to find a way to work with it.
Another nice draw for Melissa. Let's see if Melissa calls the Haku. She's been passing some calls in previous hands. I'll see if she continues. Here's her chance.
I don't think she's gonna, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's gonna stick with trying to aim for the Ricci.
Melissa wants all the points that she can get, so. Oh,
Julian, though,
immediately.
is happy to call the double south here. And gonna drop that 4 mon into Ishanten. Alright, Melissa finds another pair here. Gonna drop the tune. It is 4 pairs, although
It's
with the completed sequence, probably not gonna be Chitoy.
yeah, 4 pairs and 1 Dora.
Julian gets a well. It's funny. It's an improvement, but it is 30-10 chance. I still want to keep the summon, Sean. No, yeah, I think this is a big mistake. I don't know. I guess I understand it. I don't know. It feels so bad getting rid of a summon Sean for a Shampon. But I guess it is 30-10.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if you can expect the pawn, because it was like one of the Shampon was like the 1 mon, which you can maybe expect the pawn pretty easily. So maybe it's not bad. It feels so painful getting rid of a summon Sean.
And it would have paid off, but unfortunate. Six O drawn by Claire.
Well, does complete that shape anyways. Now just deciding which way to wait. And it's going to have to wait on the 3 pin for Julian. Does have double non-Dora.
Almost is in a tricky position.
Yeah, deciding how to best play this hand here.
You might deal in. which would be very unfortunate.
Maybe. It is 5 pairs, though. Or is this 4 pairs still? This is still 4 pairs. Never mind. Yeah, 3-pin is definitely an option. You can also discard 5 mon here. And if you want to, then you can keep, like, the basically 5 blocks.
I feel like
Like, discarding 3-pin is like going 6 blocks. Eventually, you have to break a block later.
yeah.
So I think 5 mon is a reasonable choice here. But we'll see what Melissa does. Thinking pretty hard about it. It is going to be the 3-pin. Yeah, and does deal in there. To Julian's double non-Dora for, looks like just the 3,900. And does Toby Melissa here. Of course, busting is not on, so the game will continue. All right. Well, on to South 3 here. Julian's dealership.
That looks like a fairly nice looking opening hand.
Yeah, definitely already 2 Shanten. Nice shapes. Melissa's hand a little bit slower here. This one's not really the high pie she wanted. Well, we'll still have to see what Dora is, but looks like Dora is 7-so.
I believe Melissa's trying to push for honey too. And
He
Julian
finds a
here's
pair of
Chin.
Chun here. This is Ishan 10 if you discard the torso. Or you could also, I suppose, consider discarding like 2 mon, but then you can't pawn into Tenpai. I'll see. I imagine that Julian would pawn into Tenpai given the chance, but see how he opts to play from this position.
Yeah, I believe each team has like their own school of thought on how cheap hands affect like big Hamba and all that. Um, so we'll see what the destroyers think of it.
Jundor 1 is dealer though. It's just pretty decent points. See how long Melissa wants to hold on to that tune for. What she wants to do with this hand.
I guess for her sake, I think it's best if she cuts it, if she had full information. But okay, there we go. Immediately called by Julian, putting him to Tenpai. Awkwardly drawing and discarding another Shun. It's a red 5 for Claire.
See what she wants to do with that. Go ahead and discard the 1-pin, giving up that faraway Itsu. Also with a south pair. It is double south for her. Gonna discard this 6-mon. Looks like a play for maybe 8 Shanta. We'll see if she's interested in calling double south or if she's going to continue to keep her hands closed.
I believe there's only
Okay, well
okay.
that's a fun draw. And actually not a play for, looks like maybe a play for some sort of like cheat toy. or something with the 7 mon. Less interested in the Shanta. Gotta keep all the pairs. Now draws a north, but just gonna go throw that one back.
Yeah, I believe more than 2 have been discarded, including that one. Yeah. You call this if you're Melissa? Apparently, no.
Melissa, I think, looks like gonna just keep the hands closed. Try for this Chi Toy Tempai. Aka 5-pin picked up for Claire. And now he's gonna declare Ricci on the 2-5 so. Now Julian has to decide if he can keep this Tempai. Draws the 6 so. He's gonna push it to maintain Tempai here. So Anko drawn. Oh, there's the 2-pin that comes out, so Claire does deal into Julian's Chundor 1 as dealer. Shutting down Claire's hand with the Yakuhai Kanchan and picks up the 2 Han 30 Fu for 2,900.
This hand out of Julian seems not as good as the last, but still pretty decent.
I don't know. I'd say that's pretty good actually. What is it?
It's 2 completed
Maybe
shapes.
it's either, I think it's maybe 3 Shanten, but it's a pretty quick hand to improve. 4 Pandora here. Also trying to figure out how what you can do with this hand. It's a bit messy. This is a pretty bad high pie. And you can see you're trying to think like, am I supposed to go for another Kokushi? Am I supposed to just gonna play for a normal hand, but not super excited about it.
Maybe a
Yeah, it looks like we
negotiate
almost
them.
had show high. It looks like Julian forgot to draw. Get caught though. All right, well, Melissa has another double south pair. Might have to open this hand. It's like so slow. You do still have a dealership if you're Melissa. You might just have to call double south,
Yeah.
even if it's not going to be a huge hand. You can always try to make a comeback on your dealership still. Like double south Dora is like pretty decent value.
Yeah. It's not the worst. Might as well take it.
I don't think you can afford to try to go for a Ricci with that hand. Julian gets a nice 3-so draw here, giving that 2-3-3-4 Nakabukure shape in Sozu.
Claire pairing up those 5 mod.
Another pair drawn for Julian. Thinking about this one, yeah, it does go ahead and just drop the Haku. And that is called by Dave here. Looking to go for Haku. Try to draw around that Dora. Claire gets a nice improvement there with the 6-pin.
Pushing her potentially towards Tanya.
Okay,
There's
Melissa draws a pretty important 3-pin. That improves her shape a little bit.
Dave draws the 2-pin, putting him Ishan down.
Julian drawing the 3-pin, which does go well with the Dora. Might see a 6-pin, or excuse me, an 8-pin come out here. Or you could... No, I'm just going to throw the 3-pin right back. He also does have a Sanshoku chance with this hand as well. Drew the 2-pin.
This is Yushan 10 for Claire.
Yeah. Oh, 7-mon draw. Kutsuki Ishan 10 with Ryampeiko chance? That's pretty exciting for Julian. 7-mon draw was really nice. Another 8-mon. It's kind of maybe not as good as it looks, but is going to keep it over the 8-pin. And that is called by Melissa, who's going to try to just call for Autozuka Ishan 10, hoping to get that south. And Chi by Dave here, who does now call into Tenpai here on the 3-so. Hakudora 1.
Yeah, it's so close between him and Claire. So.
So Claire's thinking about a call. That was a 2-mon. She's, or sorry, no, it was a 3-mon. Yeah, so he's gonna call for Tenpai here. 3-6-mon for Claire. For just Tanya Nomi. Tenpai. Oh wow! So Tenpai with 6-pin. You can discard 3-so here and wait 5, 6, 7, 8-mon, which is kind of a fun wait. We'll see what Julian wants to do. It is kind of a cool looking weight, at least. It's like not as it's like a wide weight. It's not necessarily like the strongest weight because you have so many of your own tiles. But I think it is worth taking here. I would go 3-so Ricci. We'll see what Julian does.
You wouldn't Danma?
I would just Ricci, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy just taking dealer Ricci, Tanya, well, on a 4-sided weight or 3-sided weight, excuse me. Really thinking about this one though.
I guess like you're really
Oh, here we
incentivizing the
go.
other players to
It's gonna
fold.
be
Yeah.
Ricci. So here it is. So 5, 6, 7, 8-mon is the weight. It does just deal in. I forgot. Of course, I was too excited about the weight. I forgot that the 3-so was Dave's winning tile. So it does in fact just deal into Dave for the Hakudor one. We didn't get to see the exciting weight.
Adora is now the 8-so, which Melissa has in hand, who is our final dealer of the night. But looking at
Also,
her hand,
hoping to get a good hand here. Doesn't look the best. It's okay actually. Yeah, I didn't see the completed Sozu. Yeah, not too bad. 9-pin is the draw. Pizza Dora.
there's hand full of Manzu. Okay, Melissa pairing up the 3-mon.
Player's hand's advancing with the 4-pin. Melissa does draw the east pair, and now it does have the option to open for Yaku High. 7-pin draw fits in nicely to Julian's hand, filling in that bench on. Three-so draw means this hand's now 2 shanten for Dave, with door 2. Dave and Claire in a very close battle here for second. Oh, nice 7-pin pickup for Melissa. Here's the East. Let's see if Melissa wants to call. And she does. Okay. So calling for Tempai here on 3-so. Tone Dora 1.
One of the 3-sos is cemented in Dave's hand, pretty much. And probably pretty cemented in Julian's hand as well.
Does find Ishan 10 here with the 9-mon draw. Discards the 8-mon. Dave, also Ishan 10, I believe. Maybe still 2 shanten with that 6-mon draw.
Never 7-mon for Claire. Throws it back.
Pairs up the 2-pin. Just has to decide which block to break here. Probably going to be one of the pairs, but you could also get rid of the hanchan if you want. Going to be the west pair. So it has a chance to shift her weight, but it's going to stick with the 3-so here.
Yep, Dave just chugging along. Claire pairs up the 6-so.
Yeah, is I think still 2 shanten.
Ooh.
There's the 3-so, and it actually does come right out, and so it does deal into Melissa, who does pick up Tondor 1 for 2,900, and maybe get started comeback. This also makes the battle a lot closer for second. With Dave dealing in here, it's now very close between Dave and Claire. In fact, just 400 points separating them. Dave's still barely holding on to the lead.
This could be the start of Melissa's comeback, though, especially with Big Hamba.
Yeah, definitely can rack up a comeback.
But that is a lot of honors and terminals.
See what she can do with this hand. Doesn't look great. Yeah, I don't think this is the high price she was hoping for. Gonna start with the 2-pin. Keeping all the honors. Dave's hand looking a lot faster. Does still have some awkward shapes, but like the completed Monzu and then the Ryamen as well. Looks like we have Dora Chun. Pretty quick hand from Claire. Unfortunate backfire there for Melissa.
Dave draws the Dora.
Is going to keep it. I think there's a reasonable argument to just like discarding Dora early, because really Claire, and if I was in Claire or David's spot, I would just be trying to win anything cheap and just secure the second place. because first place looks a little bit far away. So doesn't necessarily need to be a big hand.
Yeah, unless Melissa gets something rolling, it is quite far.
True from the dead wall there.
Claire does look like she's finished a shape. I can't remember which shape. But Melissa does pair up the two mons, so maybe that's something.
Maybe. It's still, I think, rather
Still a ways
desperate.
away.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 Shanten? Yuck. 4 Shanten, like, with a bunch of useless tiles. Not really what you want. Well, Claire gets another completed shape here. I believe is 2 Shanten. Claire also holding the door. I'm surprised. I don't know. We'll see how long Claire and David hold these Dora, but I don't think this is the round to greed door too long.
Okay,
Melissa,
red
okay,
5.
does get another draw. Oh, well, David pairs up the door, so maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. We'll see how long... Oh, discards the 3-pin. I think... Well, I guess the 3-mon and 3-pin are similar. Oh, yeah, and now here comes out from Claire. And now it is going to get pawned. Claire cut that one turn too late, and now Dave into Ishan 10. With door 3 for good measure.
Dave waiting on the 4-7, which Claire
All
draws.
right.
And
Claire gets
Claire's
the
in tempo
Tempai
ahead.
here. Actually goes for the... Oh, wait, because of this. This isn't Pinfu, of course. So it has to go for the Ricci. Was that 6-9 pin? Or was it 5-8 pin? I didn't quite see. I forget.
I thought it was 5-8, so.
Oh, was it 5-8 so? 6-8. How about 6-9 so? Maybe we're all wrong. I'll trust the overlay. We'll see in a second. Yeah, it was 6-9 so. I couldn't remember. Just reaching Nomi, but that would be enough for second.
Fortunately, Julian has 2 of the 9 so, and Melissa has 1 of the 6 so. Oh,
Oh,
and
Dave
maybe.
draws the 9 so though, and that's gonna deal into Claire. Ricci Nomi. And that's it. The game ends with a Ricci Nomi.
Very fitting for the club
Claire with the
president.
Ricci Nomi Gyokten. Yeah, so that does move Claire up into a nice second place there. But Julian definitely comes away with a big first place.
Not that
Melissa
the
unfortunately couldn't quite get any of her hands to come together. Had a lot of pretty poor high pie and then fell behind early and tried to go for some Ricci and it just wasn't quick enough.
yeah, we'll believe this potentially puts the Falcons over the OP Dopes in the full standings. But the Destroyers, I'm pretty sure they didn't need more points. I believe they were on top. So overall, uh, overall a good hanchan. Unfortunate for Melissa. Uh, any other closing thoughts on today's hanchan? Both of them.
Don't discard one mon into Ipatsu Baimon. I recommend that.
Yeah.
It's a poor play for the overall standings. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to tease PO too much, but definitely was I think the highlight of the night. But yeah, thanks for watching these games with us. It is always fun getting to commentate some auto table in person games.
Yeah,
It's a fun league.
definitely. Uh, and I believe that's all we have for you tonight, folks. So, uh, from us here in New York and from you down there below us, I guess there's any thoughts before we sign off?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for having me on for commentary again. It's
It was
always
great
fun
to have
getting
you on.
to join
So,
this. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and have a good